There are differences across countries, I think, in the culture and the acceptance of breastfeeding, in the support from the family perspective, as well as differences from a more economic or value perspective as we look at the prevalence of the different diseases that are reduced with breastfeeding, as well as the costs overall. And I think understanding what the inputs are, the cultural barriers, as well as the cost and the outcomes specific to that country can help put a model together to estimate what the cost savings might be. As we look across countries, there are many differences that we might want to take account of. One of those differences is in the opportunity costs that mothers face across countries. One of the barriers or facilitators for breastfeeding is the maternity policy and how much time the mother and the father might get away from work. The difference in the durations of those times off can take into account or goes into looking at what the opportunity cost is. And as we look at the support systems and the composition of those support systems, whether there's a father in the home, whether there's brothers and sisters, whether the grandmother and grandfather live nearby, all of those social supports can go into the opportunity cost for a mom to breastfeed. So there are a variety of ways that we might be able to further incentivize mothers to breastfeed. As we look at the models for vaccinations, in many countries childhood vaccinations are free. We can further incentivize or cover the cost of moms breastfeeding, perhaps with a financial incentive for doing so. As we look at different mechanisms to promote breastfeeding, there are a number of strategies that focus on promotion and basic, what I would call population level education, educating the moms, the dads, the children about the importance of breastfeeding that are broad-based, not targeting any individual person. Then there are more protection strategies that are looking to reduce the barriers for individual mothers. And while I haven't seen research that compares the effectiveness of those two, I would be willing to bet that having both of those strategies would be key. We can't just have strategies that focus on removing barriers, because mothers need to understand and the families need to understand the benefits of breastfeeding. So I think rather than seeing them as competitive, that they're complementary strategies.